Osama Saab, you're coming in next and talk in terms of the digital divide and inclusion in education.
So I am not expert on education at all. The only practice that I did in the last 25 years is that my two children never went to a proper school or a education system, and they are now grown. So, and you said in the beginning the education is in crisis. I am 100% sure that it will always be in crisis, because we consider our consumer without asking them what it will be their future and feed them like a factory, what you should become. So we never consult in our policy who is our consumer, neither the parents nor the children. In the morning also somebody says, you are my future, but I won't ask you any question, what you want to become and something. So there is a, I would like to ask on, because you're talking about education and policy, what is our intention if we are making a policy and an education? Are we sure about our intention? Are we using the word education, but actually skilling people for our factories, for our work? But this is not education, because we go to a presidency university or any UGC university in the day to get education, but in the evening, we use WhatsApp University to forward that message. We don't know whether it's a fact or not a fact. So what kind of education are we getting? So we have a degree of being educated, but not cultured, but not fact finder, but do not have an ability to figure out what is a fact, what is not a fact. And especially in a digital society, when you are bombarded with lots of information, not a single university or college even teaching us how do you differentiate between what is wrong information, what is right information. There is no course on that. You know, we are not even building a basic human ability to interact and communicate, which is the long lasting skill in the human being. You know, every big human being who run an organization does not run an organization because of the ability of his degree or her degree. It is because of the communication skill and the culture and the behavior and the ability to manage people, which we hardly think. So and we are talking about fooling ourselves in the education system, where we have 320 million children whom we call as a future education, a future generation, and future comes after 30 years. And बिना AI के कोई काम ही नहीं हो रहा है आजकल, and 80% of the schools do not even have ability to code. And code is a language, by the way. Code is not a science. Code is not a, coding is not something that you can say that it's a science or something that you need to learn. It's a language. So, there is a huge system. And I'm talking to all the students. You are a consumer. Why don't you ask a question that I don't want to study? Why don't you say that why those 3 white people's photo is there, where it is said that your dress could be like this? And even if that dress could be like that, why that person should be white and not Indian? Why are you not asking question? Why I am feeding you and you are just taking the feed? क्या बकरी हैं आप? Yeah? या क्या हैं? I mean, कुछ भी घास दे दिया आप खा लेंगे क्या? So it's very important that, we also, and you are adult, you are not even a children. So our education system is actually a total feeding system of something that we want to use you and do something and want to basically do our purpose. And then उसके बाद complain करेंगे कि policy ठीक नहीं है, crisis में है. So I mean, don't take it as a thing. What I'm saying is that everybody is wrong here, right from you as a student and consumer, to the parents, to the educators, to the university, to the policy makers. And the biggest fault is at the students and children, because you are being fed and you are happily taking it. Because you don't know what you want and what your body language wants, what your mind wants. You are just going by the Instagram post कि यही सबसे अच्छा है. Since neither the education word is going nor the policy effort is going from the government, what we should do at least is that we should just double check, is our education policy constitutional or not, feudal or not, patriarchal or not, gender sensitive or not, entrepreneurial or not, design out of the box or not, democratic or not, or is it autocratic, is it secular or not? Because if we take all this, because India is a feudal and patriarchal country, so it goes into everyone. Abhi bachchi ne bola कि नहीं डराते हो, फिर भी हम डरे हुए हैं, 20 साल से डरे हुए हैं. So it's very difficult to come out. To make people speak, it takes longer and longer and longer. And the last thing, from the perspective of, we are living in a society which is connected but disjointed, in the sense that I will be talking to you with my screen in my hand open, not really talking to you, talking to somebody else outside. So how do you treat education to deliver to somebody in a connected but disjointed human being, because it's a connected world. It's a connected world. Our medium has changed, our language have changed. We are no more a brick and mortar education system kind of scenario or something. We are a connected society. Our medium has changed and everything. Audio visual has changed, and medium of instructions, and so many things have changed. So how do we design the policy for the mass media or masses who are also producer and no more just a consumer? Earlier we used to have masses as a consumer, but no more. They are producer. They are constantly producing also. They are content producer, reactor and all. Thank you.